that's running unattended, when you have
All right, everybody, good morning. You're watching News Now from Fox. We are taking a live look at the sun rising on Capitol Hill. They're gorgeous. Purples, blues, pinks even. I'm currently joined by Fox's Doug Luzader, who is also in Washington, D.C., to talk about the impeachment trial day 2, and this is when opening arguments get underway. Good morning, Doug. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, this all begins at noon today, Eastern time, and we expect maybe 8 hours or so. This would be 8 of the 32 hours they have allotted for the arguments back and forth for this really main section of the trial. Yesterday, we saw the opening salvo, which was really a question of jurisdiction, whether it was constitutional for the Senate to even take this issue up to try a former president. Ultimately, every single Democrat in the Senate, joined by 6 Republicans, to affirm that, in fact, they believe that the Senate can take this on. So off we go to the races now, and this may, take a few days, but this is still expected to end relatively quickly.
Doug, we're hearing that the former president is not too pleased with his legal team. Does he have a reason to be angry after their performance yesterday?
Well, I think a lot of people saw the performance yesterday as meandering. That was a word that kept coming up, a little unfocused. Look, in their defense, they came on board pretty late here. We saw the president switch legal teams midstream after the initial legal team quit just days ago, really. So this team has not had a whole lot of time to put this case together. They kind of admitted that they had to, very quickly, kind of shift their stance yesterday based on the arguments that the House impeachment managers were making. They get something of a reset now. No one was surprised that the vote came out the way that it did yesterday for the most part. So it's not as though they're being blamed for losing round 1. So they get another opportunity here. We think they're walking into a pretty advantaged playing field for them, because it's just pretty evident right now that whatever their performance is, the votes are just not likely there to convict.
Yeah, now Democratic prosecutors yesterday showed disturbing video from the Capitol breach on January 6th, and congressmen and women made personal testimonies. What were the emotions like out there on Capitol Hill?
Yeah, I think this was, not that surprising. I mean, you have this unusual circumstance where you have this trial where the jury itself were, kind of the alleged victims here. So it's a very unusual circumstance that we're watching play out. Clearly, there are a lot of personal stories from that day, folks that were at the Capitol when it was attacked on January 6th. At the same time, you have these folks that are sworn in and they promise to be impartial jurors. The bottom line here is most people, probably nearly everyone, has already made up their minds on this before this thing even begins.
Yeah, matter of fact, 6 GOP senators sided with Democrats. All right, Fox's Doug Luzader live in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us this morning on News Now from Fox.
Thanks so much.
All right, everybody, we're taking another live look at Capitol Hill. Friendly reminder that the trial resumes at noon today, and we will stream it for you in its entirety right here on News Now from Fox. Depending on how you're watching us, if you're wondering, hey, I want to tune in right at noon, I want to make sure that I do not miss a thing, what do I do? Just head on over to newsnowfox.com. Again, that's newsnowfox.com. You'll be able to find all of the different ways that you can watch us, and guess what? You don't just have to watch us while you are at home. You can take us with you on your smartphone, on your tablets, on your laptops, wherever you are. News Now from Fox can be there with you. And matter of fact, you can even be watching us on YouTube while Bluetooth is on in your car. Kind of listen to us like radio. Yes, News Now from Fox is 24/7. All you have to do is go to newsnowfox.com. Most of you are going to see a 2-minute commercial break. For those of you sticking around, we're going to continue to watch the sunrise on Capitol Hill. All right, everybody, welcome back to News Now from Fox. We are just minutes away from a live report with our sister station in Minneapolis. So let's get the latest about the situation that happened with the shooting at the health clinic again. This is